Hi, I'm Markie.
And I'm Andrew.
And this is the Happy Everly After podcast.
Hello, and welcome to the Happy Everly After podcast. My name is Markie Osler, and in this podcast, I talk about being happy and sad at the same time because that is basically what my life is. I live in tandem with all the emotions. I am happy and sad at the same time because I love my life and it's beautiful, but I have been through hard things. One of the hardest things was obviously losing my daughter to heart problems. That was about 7 years ago. And this podcast is basically just me talking about life after loss and how you can find joy in life and maybe give somebody hope, even if you're not necessarily looking for hope. And yeah, so that's basically what I do on this podcast. It used to be me and my husband. He is just swamped with his own business endeavors, and I've kind of taken over this one. So that's why the intro sounds a little bit different, but I have been saying that I need to re-record that. So I'll do that soon, I promise. Today, I wanted to talk about something that I need more of in my life. I need to practice more of it. And so this is kind of like a practice what you preach type thing. And I hope you guys I hope this kind of holds me accountable to take better care of myself and work on these things as well. I want to talk about depression and anxiety and tools to help you in moments of panic or despair. And I think that it's really important because the last couple months have been really hard on me and my family. Me in emotional ways, my family by way of, did I just say by way of? Like I'm such an adult. My family's just been so sick and we are just surviving, not thriving, which is such a bummer because 2024 was like such an awesome year. Like we had such an amazing year and I almost feel like we're like low-key paying for it, which is so annoying because I'm like, no, like things can only go up from here. Life is great. Like our boys are so fun. I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old and they're just like getting bigger and just so fun as every day goes on, and they're my little besties, and 2025 is our year. Yeah. And like last year I had a couple surgeries, and so this year I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like work on my Peloton and like just get in shape and like finally just work on myself, and my boys are going to be in school a lot, so like it's totally my year to get my body just super strong and healthy, and that has not happened. Like as I'm recording this, it is February 18th right now. I am telling you, we are surviving, not thriving. We are still struggling to this day. My boys have bad asthma, both of them. And I swear their immune systems are shit. They don't have anything. Like I don't get it. I don't understand how they can't build immunities to these sicknesses that go around. I'm confused. I don't understand it. I hate that I have like all these medical records of us going to see their doctor and their doctor just being like, here's another steroid shot for their lungs. Here's another antibiotic for their double ear infection. The mucus will clear up. You just got to give it time. Here's this for their freaking like whatever. Like it's the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm not like a scientist, but I do know that like viruses can like adapt and change and then attack again. So like I realize all of those things, you guys, but I am telling you, we have been sick since Thanksgiving. And it's been like on and off. So like 1 week, Urban will be home from school all week. And the next week, Van will be home from school all week. And it is just boogers and mucus and earaches and throwing up and fevers and chills. And I'm hot and I'm cold and I'm crying and I have a headache. And just the coughing is relentless. And I am telling you, I think I talked about, yeah, I did. I talked about this on the last podcast, but like I am hanging on by a freaking thread. And our Christmas was beautiful, but we had an incident with a family member's dog. And Van is okay, but he was attacked by the dog. I'll talk about that later, but that was probably one of the scariest moments of my life. Van is okay. He needed stitches on his face. It was really scary. And again, everything's okay, but I feel like I kind of started spiraling around then as far as anxiety goes. Okay, I need to stop right there and just talk to you guys about something real quick. I have to tell you about Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty. This is a skincare regimen that I have been using for the last like 6 or 7 months. And I am telling you, my skin has finally calmed down. I have had acne since I was 9 years old. I'm 34 years old now. And I am telling you, Dime Beauty has like played a huge role in having my skin finally calm down. I had heard that one of the owners, her name's Bailey, she had suffered with acne a lot of her life. And so when she went to go to aesthetic school for to learn more about skin and things like that, she found that a lot of the major like skincare companies were marking up their prices so much. And she was actually like, oh crap, I need to save money so that I can afford all of this skincare that my skin needs. No, turns out her husband and another business partner just decided to make their own and not do the markups so high, which is amazing. I love Dime Beauty because it is, number one, affordable. Number two, it is so gentle on my skin while also doing the things that I want it to do for my skin. And number three, I know that the products are safe. I know that they're backed up. I know that they are doing good for my skin and they're not doing harm on my skin, like adding a ton of chemicals and fragrances and all that stuff. My favorite product of Dime Beauty is definitely the Wonder Screen. That is a tinted sunscreen that I wear every single day. It is basically my primer. And it's a little bit tinted, but it blends in really, really well with basically any skin tone. There is one that isn't tinted as well, so check that one out as well. But it's perfect because it gives you the SPF that you need. It gives you that protection that you need, that barrier between you and the sun. And also, it's like the most perfect, nourishing, yummy primer that you can put on before you put on your makeup. So I love that one. I recommend it to everyone who will listen to me talk about it. That's number one. The other thing I wanted to say before we jump back into the podcast is their fragrances. Normally when you hear fragrances, you think, or maybe you think, I think chemicals. I'm like, oh, like I'm trying to like be better and not just like douse myself in all of these chemicals. No, they use organic materials and fragrances to get the yummiest smelling perfumes and, dare I say, dupes. So if you're looking for a particular scent, maybe go on their website or look at their reviews and see if you can find a scent of theirs that might be just like the one that you have, but might be a safer alternative than just like dousing yourself in, a really strong perfume. So those are just a couple of the products that I love from Dime Beauty. I use a lot of their products daily, morning and night. If you want to learn more about Dime Beauty, then go to their website. We will link it here in the show notes, and definitely use the code MARKIEO. That is for Markie Osler, which is my name. Thank you. And if you use code MARKIEO, you will get a discount. If you're like really close to me and you know what's been going on, I literally make jokes that like I miss depressed Markie, because depressed Markie, I like know myself so well and I know my depression so well that I did have the tools to eventually pull myself out of it. Maybe not right away, but like eventually I would pull myself out of my depression. But so I missed the days when I was just depressed on and off. But since the dog attack and since just some other crazy things have happened, I have become anxiety Markie, and anxiety Markie is not fun, okay? I am not fun when I'm anxious. I have always kind of said that I like my anxiety because my anxiety keeps my house clean. Like if that's the worst type of anxiety that somebody can have, then like I'll take it. But I've talked a lot about my like fear of mice, not necessarily like mice itself, like it's going to bite me, but like if I have that dirty of a home that a mouse can sneak into it and like poop all over, that sends me spiraling, and my anxiety just shoots through the roof. So again, I don't mind my like cleanliness anxiety and OCD. I kind of like it and I'm okay with it. This time has not been that. This time, it's almost like these big things keep happening in my life that affect me and put my body into fight or flight. And then even though I'm okay, and even though my children are okay and they're sitting right next to me, even though my husband is sitting on the couch with his arm around me, I still find myself having panic attacks / on the verge of having a panic attack because my body is still in that state. And Drew is like so nice and so helpful, and he's just like, okay, like go for a walk. Okay, go like just go take a deep breath outside. Do like he tries really hard to like get me like grounded, and that's kind of what I'm going to talk about today, is just some tools to help you ground, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But I'm the type of person that I feel so anxious lately that I spiral, and there is no coming back. There is no coming back. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's almost like I'm going to combust. I am going to die. I am going to burst. My ears burn, like they ring. My eyesight like goes crazy, like I can't focus on anything. My chest, it's like I can't get enough air in my chest, and it's like just breathe, but like my breaths are so short because I can't get air deep in my lungs. Like it's the worst feeling, and it's so frustrating because again, I can literally squeeze my children next to me. We are safe, we are okay, we're in our home. We are safe. Everything's okay. My husband is home. I'm okay. I have support. But still, my body is in fight or flight. And I promise I'll talk more about these things once I've gotten a better hold of my emotions. I'm going to practice what I preach with what I'm going to talk about today and hopefully heal, and things won't be as raw. And I don't want to be like cliffhanger because like, again, everything's okay. Like literally everything is okay. It's just a lot has happened the last couple months, and I am going to freaking just lose my mind. I'm like, somebody put me somewhere, because like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I'm the best mom for these boys. I can't keep them healthy. I'm losing my mind myself. How can I take care of them when I can't take care of myself? Like it is the spiral. And then it's like the mom shame spiral, the mom guilt, not even shame. You guys aren't shaming me. It's me. It's the guilt that I'm putting on myself. And I guess shame. Yeah. So today I'm going to talk about what to do in like when you're feeling anxious, and just some simple tools that maybe you're not aware of that could help you in a situation where maybe you don't have full control over the situation, but you do have control over yourself or your body. I say that and I'm like, ugh, but sometimes I feel like I don't. So I'm going to go through this list of tools you can do, and I am going to take these to heart and try my absolute hardest to practice what I preach. So I wanted to start off by like understanding grounding. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of grounding. Some people say like it's good for you to ground to like the earth, like the grass or dirt, to actually go outside and to put your bare feet on the grass or the dirt, which I know we don't all have like the time or capacity to do that, but I've heard amazing benefits from people that do that. I've heard of people. There's an influencer, I forgot who it was, but she literally does that as her morning routine with her kids. Her and her kids walk outside and they literally stand in the grass or the dirt for like 5 minutes, and they just like stretch and like just like say like what they're grateful for and like things like that. And I was like, that's freaking rad. So basically, grounding is good for you because it helps you be in the present moment, and grounding helps create a sense of safety and calm. It reminds you that you are here in this moment, even if everything around you feels out of control. So even if life is crazy and you don't have control over everything going on around you, then hopefully you can at least make it outside and stand outside for a couple minutes, 5-10 minutes, and breathe and be in the moment and have control over that particular moment. Recognizing the signs you need to ground yourself. So if you are like doing what I say that I'm doing like a minute ago, if you're tense or if your thoughts are spiraling, if you feel disconnected or scattered, that's probably a really, really good time to go ground yourself. I did ketamine treatments. I did ketamine episodes after each treatment I did. And so if you go back, you can listen to those. Just listen to them in order for sure. And they're only like 20-minute episodes. They're really short. And I've heard really good feedback on that. A lot of people have reached out to me and just saying like, I did ketamine, or like it was your podcast that finally like pushed me to do it, and I feel so much better with my depression and anxiety, things like that. So, but the reason why I even bring that up, sorry, squirrel ADHD, is because after I did my ketamine treatments, the people at a new therapy, they literally told me like, don't just go home and like play on your phone. Like you should go home and like sit outside, sit on a blanket in the grass, like just ground, just like be one with earth type of thing, because it's good for your brain. And so, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. And then also I wanted to mention that it's okay to feel uncertain about things. Like I am a control freak about certain things, again, with like the cleanliness of my house. And I feel like it's okay to like give myself permission to like be frustrated when things don't go my way. Like I'm allowed to feel that way. I'm allowed to like recognize that I feel uncomfortable and own that feeling. And so you can give yourself permission to feel uncertain or scattered, or if you start spiraling, just like recognize that and feel that, and don't like, because I do this thing where I get really annoyed with myself. I'm just like, oh, like, why do I do this? Like, why? I literally like pound on my chest and I'm like, why do I do this? Why can't I get out of this? Why can't I get out of this? But I need to like talk nicer to myself and be like, you're in this mental state and that's okay. Here are these tools to get out of it. And again, I'm going to try really hard to practice what I preach with that. Okay, have you guys heard of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique? So it is a sensory grounding. So say you're like stuck in a room and you're panicking and you can't, hopefully you can leave, but like say you're just in a situation where you can't just like sprint out the door and like go outside and stick your feet in the grass. Like that's not always possible. So the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique is a sensory grounding. So basically what you do is you go through all of your 5 senses. So some examples, like 5 things you can see. So you look around and you say, lamp. I love Lamp. Name that movie. Okay. Anyways, plant, whiteboard, computer, piano. No one in my house plays it. It just sits there. Picture of Everly. So you literally name 5 things that you can see with your eyes. And again, you're panicking. So like that might be kind of hard. That's harder to do than what I just listed off in, this podcast. Then 4 things you can touch. So I can say, okay, I'm touching my computer. Okay, I'm touching my microphone. Okay, I can touch this chair that I'm sitting on. I can feel this chair. Okay, I'm touching this desk in front of me. So 4 things that you can touch. 3 things you can hear. So I'll sit here and I can hear roads driving by. I can hear construction outside. I can hear, if I'm really quiet, I can hear the buzz of my refrigerator. So those are 3 things I can hear. 2 things I can smell. So I smell my lip gloss that I put on before I pressed record. I guess I can I can smell my hair. Okay, so that's two things. And then the one thing is taste. So focus on a flavor in your mouth, whether it's the taste of a drink, gum, or even your breath. Okay, so that's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 rule. This technique is effective because it uses all 5 senses to anchor you in the present moment and distracts you from swirling thoughts. It's kind of cool. The next thing is breathing exercises. So box breathing. So it's 4, 4, 4, 4. So inhale for 4, hold your breath for 4, exhale for 4 counts, hold your breath for 4 counts, repeat for a few minutes. So just breathing, just sitting there and breathing. This one's really hard for me because when I start to panic, I lose my breath. I cannot breathe, but I can breathe. I'm going to talk in the positive. I can breathe when I'm feeling anxious. And I'm going to, when I feel anxious, I'm going to breathe and do the box breathing. Body scan meditation. So basically just body scan awareness, from head to toe. You can start with your toes and just wiggle your toes, wiggle your feet, wiggle your ankles, kind of do a body scan. Go all the way up your body, all the way down your arms. Just notice every single body part that you have and wiggle it, move it if you want, but just sit there and notice each body part in a row as you scan through your body. Body scans can help you reconnect with your physical self and promote relaxation. It also pulls you away from worrying thoughts by focusing on a present sensation. So that's a great tool. So the next thing is touchstone or fidget objects. So we all know about the fidget spinners and things like that, but it doesn't have to be a toy. It can be a piece of jewelry. And this is a great tool for me. It's I can put on my favorite necklace, and if I feel anxious, I can just rub my thumb over that pendant and remember what that necklace means to me, what it reminds me of. Focus on the feeling that I'm with my thumb and my finger touching it. Focus on that touch tone or fidget object. Van has this thing. He's my 5-year-old and we need to get him in therapy. I don't know. But he picks at his scabs, and it could be the tiniest little scab or dot or scratch, and it turns into a giant scab or scar or bump on his skin because he picks and he picks and he picks till he's bloody. And if I'm not watching him for 2 freaking minutes, he will come in the room and he'll just have blood on his arm or on his fingers or whatever. And he feels bad. He's like, "Sorry, Mom, I need a Band-Aid." And I'm like, "Dude, don't be sorry. I can't even judge you. I pick my skin too. I've had acne my whole life. I'm a picker. I pick and pick and pick. So I can't even judge you. I just want to help him." And it's been so hard. So I've tried getting him little fidget toys and little mushy toys that he can play with when he's not thinking. Guys, he'll literally pick at his skin while he's asleep. It's so sad. Yeah, so the fidget stuff doesn't always help in certain situations, but that is a good idea and might work. Hello. We are going to pause right there for a quick little ad break. I have a story for you. So when I was 12, 13 years old, I remember I was at a church camp. True story. Keep listening. We had that cool, young, hip, beautiful pageant queen, girls camp counselor come, and she was showing us how to put on makeup. It was actually quite a memorable experience. I remember loving it, feeling so beautiful after we had done our makeup. And I remember asking her a specific question. I said, "Okay, if you have to leave your house in a quick hurry and you can only take 1 or 2 items with you to do your makeup in the car, which items would you take?" I kid you not. She said lip gloss and mascara. And I remember thinking we're all just in our teenage years, no, you need to bring concealer to cover up all the blemishes, right? No, she says that mascara is what is going to make your eyes pop And it can truly like transform your face and make you look like you're wearing, more makeup than you are. So that's something that has always stuck out with me. And the reason why I bring this up is because one of our sponsors, their names are Wink Click. I have personally been using Wink Click lashes for the last 2 years. Just a couple things I love about them. They're comfortable. They last about 7 to 10 days. You guys, I go to the gym. I work out in these lashes. I sit in the steam room, the sauna. I go swimming with my boys. These lashes, I put them on one time, and then the rest of the week, I don't have to wear any eye makeup because my eyelashes are already put. One thing I just barely found out about them as well is that their band is actually made out of cotton. So I didn't know that. And that actually makes perfect sense because the band, when you put it on your eye, it's not uncomfortable. It actually sits very comfortably on your lashes. I literally will be out and about and people will ask me, hey, who does your eyelash extensions? And I literally tell them, oh, thank you, me. Because honestly, after like 1 or 2 times of practice of putting these eyelashes on your lashes, it literally is such a time saver. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't have time to go and like lay on a table for 2 hours every couple weeks and get my eyelashes professionally done. I don't have the money for it. I don't have the time for it. And I like something that is going to fit better with my lifestyle of being a busy mom, a busy wife. I take care of my household. I run around and do all the errands. It is just so much more easy for me to put on lashes by myself and then just have my makeup done for the whole week. So one thing I do recommend is going to Wink Click's Instagram. You can find them very easily by typing in Wink Click. And all you do is send them a selfie of your face. And what they will do is they will literally look at your face shape and recommend which style of lash that you should buy first. Or maybe a lash or two that maybe you can try. Me personally, my favorite are the midis. That's MIDI. They are a game changer. I feel like they look like I'm wearing eyelash extensions. They're a little bit elevated than the natural eyelash look, but they're not like super glamorous. They're just the everyday, comfortable, make my eyes pop and shine and make me feel beautiful without trying that hard lash. So go to Wink Click, send them a selfie. They will recommend which lash to send you. So after you've sent them the selfie and they send you the lashes that they recommend, make sure you use EVERLYJO at checkout. That's EVERLYJO, all caps. And welcome to the click for a lot of people. This one is just, it's called mindful walking. So it basically just combines walking and movement with mindfulness. So when you're walking, you're basically like you can count your steps, you can do the full body scan again while you're walking, you can count your breaths while you're breathing, you can do the box breathing while you're walking. This is basically just combining things that you have control over to bring your body back to the present. And then visualization. So imagine your feet sinking into the earth like a tree root, grounding them firmly. You can visualize a peaceful scene like a beach or a quiet forest to calm your mind. These things don't really work for me, so I guess I can try and practice them, but my brain is way too busy in those situations. So that's probably why this is number 6 on the list of those tools. So that is all I'm going to go over today. There are lots of tools out there that, you can help. There's anxiety medications, there's therapy, there's friends, there's support, there's things that you can definitely do to help with your anxiety. But a lot of the things I just listed are literally just in your own hands. Like you do it. You in your body and the capacity that you have at that moment, you take care of your body. It's yours. And if you don't feel like you have control over your body, there's no worse feeling than that. Like it is so hard to come out of. And I am the first to admit that I don't always do this in the healthiest way, but I'm trying to be better. Also, I know that not everybody has the resources to just like call up their therapist and like go, because I have a psychiatrist that knows me and knows my brain so well that like if I feel like I'm like ramping up and my anxiety is getting really bad, like I can call and get on his schedule, and I'm so grateful for that. And I know that not everybody's able to do that. So I know that that's very real for a lot of you, but I do know that the tools that I just barely listed off, a lot of you guys have your control over. The other thing I'll mention is people want to help, even if you feel guilt or you don't want to put anyone out. I promise you, the second, like, I guess if you want to say like word got out that like I was really struggling, I have so many people in my corner, and I am so grateful. Like I'm so grateful. And I know that everybody doesn't have like neighbors right next to them that like are the first ones to show up at your door and like help you with your sick kids, like whatever. I realize that, but all I'm saying is that you can ask for help. And if I've learned anything the last couple weeks, I've learned that your anxiety is so much more common than it is uncommon, which is really sad. But like chances are everything that you're feeling right now, most likely somebody you know has gone through something similar, and learn from them. Try to learn from them. Try to have them in your corner. Don't shut people out, because that's what I've been doing. I shut people out, and it was not healthy for me or anyone involved. The second I asked for help and the second I said, Drew, I'm not okay, I need help, is the second that I started dealing. And I know that's hard. Sometimes we don't want to deal, but you can't keep living like that. Our bodies are not meant to be in fight or flight 24 hours of the day. It is not healthy. It's not okay. And if you need help, please ask for it. Please. Even if you message me on social media, I will help you. I will be there for you. Yeah. And sometimes serving others, like not sometimes, all the time. Like I have a friend who had a baby like 6 weeks ago, and I was telling her everything that was going on with me a couple days ago. And she was like, wait a second, was that when you got dinner delivered to me? And I was like, yeah, girl, that's when I got Costa Vida delivered to you, because it was a couple clicks away on my phone, and I wanted to help her because she had just had a baby. And her husband, she's going through a divorce, like all this stuff. It's crazy. But point of the story is just doing that little bit to serve her did help me. So maybe that's the last tool that I'll add on, is like, if you have any tiny bit of capacity to help someone else or to put a smile on somebody's face, then do that, because that will give you that joy in your heart and your body, and it'll only make you want to feel better. Honestly, like when I help other people, that's the only time I feel like I want to keep doing it and I want to feel better. So I'm going to keep doing it. So yeah, basically I just serve people so that I can feel better about myself. Thank you. Have you guys seen that Friends? There's a Friends episode where Joey's like, no good deed. He's like, he wants to like get airtime because he's an actor. And Phoebe's like, you're not even doing that charity for like charity purposes or whatever. Anyways, spiraling. Okay, that is all for today. I hope these tools come in handy. I promise I'll go more into depth about all this stuff. I'm just not ready. I haven't really talked to my family about it. I probably should. But just know that everything is okay, and spring is right around the corner. And I know for a fact that as soon as I start to see that sunshine last a little bit later in the day is when I'm going to crawl out of my cute little anxiety and depression hole, and life is going to be great. So thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. Please share this with your friends, especially if they have anxiety. I have so many episodes on depression, but this is the first one that's like really talked about my anxiety. So thank you for listening, and have a good day. Bye.